So, this week has obviously been quite a big one in terms of personal news for yourself, Cam.
Yeah.
And I am just going to let you explain, because I think that it's time and you want to, and it's now your platform too. So.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I feel like I'm ready. So if any of you follow me on social media or on Twitter, you probably would have seen that this week I came out to my mum and my family, which was, I don't know how to describe it. I still feel so weird talking about it because I didn't expect it to happen this weekend, but it just kind of did. So I'll just tell you like what happened. Basically, I went back to my parents for the weekend. My dad was away in Scotland, so it was just me and my mum, and we had a bottle of wine and we had an Indian takeaway, and we were just chatting.
That sounds like a good night in.
It was a great night in. It was a great night in, to be fair. It was great fun. Basically, we were talking about various things, and it cropped up about my life in London, because obviously I've lived in this city for over a year now, and made lots of great friends, and really kind of found that I love this city and love people in it, and I feel more myself now this year than I have done in like ever. And I kept talking about my London friends, which is kind of like my code word for gay friends, but I'd never said that to my parents. And she literally just came out and point blank said it. She point blank asked me, "You are gay though, aren't you?" And I couldn't believe that I couldn't believe what I just heard, because I didn't expect her to say it. And I was like, although I was also kind of relieved that I didn't have to be the one to say it and it wasn't going to be a massive shock for her, because she was obviously approached me about it. But I couldn't say those words. I couldn't say it. So what I said was, I hate labelling myself. And it's true, I hate labelling myself, even now. And I always have done. Obviously, she was so supportive. And it was just like, I still love you, and, you know, we all still love you. And I'm such a coward. I hate telling people, especially my family. So I told her to tell my dad, and I told her to tell other people in my family. It got to the point where, like, obviously some people knew, and lots of people maybe didn't know. I mean, obviously, like, close friends knew, but, like, not the world, as it were. And I was just like, I don't want it to be like a slow burning thing where more and more people find out, and it's really awkward if I don't know who does and doesn't know. So I just put it on Twitter. I was like, hey, I've had this conversation with my mum. I had the whole gay thing. I am who I am, I guess. And then I looked at my phone, and it had blown up a little bit. And I felt so kind of loved that night, because by the following morning, I'd had literally thousands of messages and comments and likes. And I was like, fuck. I couldn't believe it. So yeah, it was a weird weekend.
So, first of all, I think you might need need a drink after that.
Cheers. Yeah.
Well, bloody done.
You hear all these stories of like people being like, "Oh, I knew I was gay from such a young age," and you know, I've always liked boys, etc., etc., etc. That wasn't me. That never happened to me. I think I always knew I was different in the sense that I wasn't massively keen on rugby or football or, you know, like lads, typical boys sports. And I was much more into like drama and dance and everything else. So I knew I was different from that. And also at primary school, I hung out with a lot of girls. I didn't play football in the playgrounds and stuff like that. So again, I knew I was different, but I didn't really know why. And then I got to secondary school, and again, like, I was kind of not liking the same things that most boys did like, but I didn't fancy boys, and if anything, I fancied girls. I had a girlfriend in year 7 and another one in year 8. The first time I've had feelings for a boy, I was probably about 16. And it was like, I had feelings for maybe a couple of boys in the year above, but I didn't really know what it was. But I still liked a couple of girls at that point, but I feel like it was more of an emotional attachment rather than I find them sexually or physical attraction.
Yeah, the first year of freshers, I do remember you kissing a girl.
Yeah.
That wasn't me. That sounds like me. That wasn't me.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. I would like kiss girls like through school, and in the first couple of years at
Yeah.
university, well, all
Yeah.
through university, one of which is behind the camera. I didn't expect.
Sorry. Oh my god, you should see this right now. We've got like a red-faced Georgia behind the camera, and you're red-faced too. Oh my god, guys, I feel like
Anyway.
this is a moment for all of us.
Like, it was fun, but like, I don't know, I feel like I was lying to myself.
Yes,
if that makes sense.
yeah.
I felt like I was lying to
And
myself.
that's totally understandable.
And I was trying to force myself to be straight. I was totally forcing myself. I was like, I can't be this, I cannot be this thing. I suppose first couple of years at uni, I was like, I'm bisexual, but like, I'm obviously gonna find a wife, etc., etc. And it's just like, the more I got into university, the more I knew that wasn't gonna happen. And then, I started getting with a couple of boys in the final bits of university. After university, I graduated and then went to Jersey for 10 months for a job. And then it was quite isolating, being who I kind of knew I was and was kind to accept who I was there for 10 months. No kind of LGBT bars, like hardly anyone there really who I could maybe relate to. So although I had like amazing friends in Jersey and really supportive people, I knew I couldn't truly maybe be myself there.
You felt like you couldn't, it sounds really sort of cliche, but you couldn't spread your wings.
Yeah.
And actually genuinely put sort of like your feelings to action. And that doesn't mean that you want to, you know, I hope you don't mind me saying, but like sleep around or anything. That doesn't mean that. That just means being around people and being in an accepting community who you can relate to, and you can talk to people who are also going through probably similar things in their life.
I was lucky enough that I was offered a job in London. So I moved to London. It was only really meant to be a 6-month job. And then within the first couple of weeks of moving to London, I met someone. We went for a drink and it was great. I was like, oh my God, I can be like who I want to be in this city. And he introduced me to all of his friends, and then, you know, slowly but surely over the year, I you know, found a really great group, like friendship group, and I love it. And I was like, oh my God, I didn't realise what I was missing out on until I moved to London and had it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I totally get it.
And then, you know, I just feel so lucky to have, like you say, people who have been through the same thing that I've been through. It is literally only been this year that I've said to myself, like, looking in a mirror, like, I'm gay. And I still fucking hate saying it. It's like...
Yeah, but it's also, probably part of that is because you have held back saying that for so long. So it's probably like, it's quite like a mental block.
Yeah.
And it's also like, I don't have to go around being like, I'm straight.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why, you know, why gay people, bisexual people, asexual people have to be like, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. You shouldn't have to put a label on it. There shouldn't have to be that discussion.
And that's what I said to my mum in the conversation. I was like, the fact that we're having this discussion, like, it shouldn't have to be a thing. I should just love who I want to love, and that's an end to it. That's it.
Yeah.
And the fact that I'm even having to talk about it on a video, obviously I'm willing to do that, but I hope that in 10 years' time, or even 5 years' time, 2 people in our situation don't have to have this conversation.
By doing this right now, you are probably going to help someone, at least someone, who's looking at it thinking, oh my God, I really want to have this conversation with my parents, or oh my God, I want to do this, or like have something. They might be in school right now and they might be thinking, oh, you know what, I'd love to move to London and I'd love to do this. Or
it does get better.
It does.
It does. I grew up in a really small Warwickshire village and went to school in a very small Worcestershire town, and you know, if there are any, you know, like kids out there or people in their early 20s who are like feel trapped, it can get better. You just need to, like, you know, find like-minded people, go to a big city, live a bit, explore a bit, and just kind of live your life. And I think that's what's maybe needed. I really hope you are as lucky as I am to have had the support from my family, friends, parents, Twitter community, like, you know, kind of everyone. Pete, you got me this amazing card. I was actually so touched when I walked in the house today, and then you sent me this. I'm just going to read it out, because
Get it.
I'll read it out. So it said, "Dear darling Cam, so pleased you can be your true self, your fab, Pandora. And yeah, I just want to say, like, thank you for everything over the last year, because
It's such a
I couldn't have done it without you.
It's fine. Darling, it's fine. Honestly.
Everyone always says it, like, when you come out to your parents or your family, you feel this huge sense of relief and elation, and it hasn't happened for me yet. I'm not sure if that's because of, like, lockdown or, like, I'm still feeling really
You know
shell-shocked.
what? Maybe we should just take them to GAY or something, and then maybe that would be your big moment, that big shock moment.
Oh my god. Can you
Hey,
imagine?
I'll organise it.
Anyway, thank you so much, and yeah, love is love, everybody.
Love is love. Love whoever the hell you want to, quite frankly. Thank you so much, Skinny Lager and Skinny Brands, for sending us a whole case of Skinny Lagers.
My mind is blown away. Not only is it vegan, it's also gluten-free and only 89 calories.
Get yourself involved. Head over to their website and get some of these bad boys, because we're going to be drinking them all evening.
It tastes incredible.
It tastes so good.